Good morning. This is Cecil and Blues. Thank you for joining me for another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today we are covering patch 2.55, which is the third piece of Before the Fall. This is mostly a story patch, but there have been some additional changes, so I'll go over those patch notes with you. Before we get started, I do want to point out if I sound a little bit different than usual, it's because I'm in the process of moving, and so I've already packed my microphone and moved it to my new house, but I still have my computer here. I'm just recording this off of my headset. So, if I sound a little bit harsher than usual, I offer my apologies. There are 16 new story missions in the main story, and about halfway through you will encounter a new trial. I don't want to spoil anything for you, but it's a little bit challenging, so look forward to a good fight. And then there are 3 new delivery Moogle quests, and if you complete those you will be awarded a Moogle postal cap, in addition to a title. There have also been changes to Triple Triad. There have been new NPCs added to challenge. No indication is given on the map for that. You'll have to walk up and talk to NPCs and see if they want to challenge you to a match. And they have made changes to the rule sets and the deck lists for some NPCs. This eliminates some NPCs that were easily farmed by players, and it also hopefully adjusts some of the NPCs that were a little unfair, some of the rule sets that just made it very unfun to try and get those card drops. They made some changes to the Triple Triad tournament as well. The changes there were intended to discourage win trading, so there have been some changes to the awards that you get for playing against other players, and additionally they added a couple of extra rewards for people who score high but aren't in the top 3. So you still have to get in the top 3 if you want to get your unique card, but they also added additional MGP as an award and a what they're calling Platinum Card Pack, which, according to the item list, contains 8 ultra rare cards, but I don't know what rare cards those are. I'm sure if you're in tune with the Triple Triad community, they will probably get that information out to people within the next couple of days as people collect up those Platinum Card Packs and report what was in them. Then we have changes to Chocobo Racing. The primary change is that if you come in 1st through 7th place, you are going to get more XP and MGP than you were getting previously, but if you come in 8th place, you're going to get less, half as much. This is to discourage people who are just farming Chocobo Racing but not actually participating, and encourage people to actually try and at least get some victory over the NPCs. They have increased the size of coffers that appear on the tracks to make them a little bit easier to see, maybe tell what lane they're in a little bit better from a distance. They have improved a couple of the attack items. Gravity Ball now lasts 10 seconds instead of 5, and the Bacchus Water now drains more stamina when you've got it attached to someone. There have been a ton of changes to the Chocobo abilities. If you're into Chocobo Racing, I advise looking at that list because it's a lot of really individual changes, so I don't want to go over them in great detail here. Races that take place during bad weather, that's going to have less of a negative effect on a Chocobo that isn't, like, good at bad weather, but it's going to also the effect if you're a bonus Chocobo who functions better in bad weather, you're going to get less of a benefit there. So the effects have been kind of mitigated. There was too big of a gap. The costs of Chocobo covering permissions have been significantly reduced, half as much or a third as much as they were before, and you can also purchase Leith Water for now 600 MGP instead of 800 MGP. They also tripled the output of the crafting recipes that produce grade 1 Chocobo feed. I was just buying all of mine from Bent Branch Meadows, so I don't know how good the grade 1 feed crafting recipes really are. There are some additional Gold Saucer changes. First, they adjusted the fate time of your life so that the lighting during it is a little bit less flashy, a little bit brighter, so that, because it was real dark, sometimes it was real hard to see the NPCs. It should now be easier to see the NPCs. And then they removed the one vase delivery option from the Fate Vase Off. The rewards for Vase Off and Cliffhanger have also been vastly improved. A 2 vase delivery in Vase Off will award you 400 points, and you will get 500 points for a 3 vase delivery, which is only slightly higher than what it used to be. But when it comes to Cliffhanger, that's where the huge improvement is. I did Mount Coral and I got 400. That leads me to believe that El Colosso is worth 500 now, but I didn't get to participate in that, so I can't confirm it. The rewards for the arcade games have been doubled, so now you'll either get 4 points, 6 points, or 10 points. Maybe I'm off on that. Maybe it's 2, 6, and 10. Whatever. It's double what it was before. And they've added 2 new NPCs. One at the main counter will sell food, and the other is an independent arms mender. And that is it for Gold Saucer changes. The second Coil Bahamut now starts you off with a 20% Echo buff right from the start. The final Coil Bahamut has been added to the Duty Finder, and the restrictions have been removed from it. Additionally, the trash mobs have been weakened. This should make it more accessible to the average player. The World of Darkness weekly loot restrictions have been removed, and encrypted tombstones have been added to the Gift of the Archmagist weekly quest. There are no new drops inside World of Darkness, but you can still get your hands on an encrypted tombstone if you want to get yourself a Poetics weapon. They also added the newer items to Fieldcraft Demi-Materia Exchange, as well as the Armoire and the Marketing Board. There's a full list of those at the end of the patch notes if those are things that are of concern to you. Other than that, the only other change I can think of is this beautiful music we're listening to right now. That's everything I got. As I said, I am in the process of moving. I would like to cover this story and the trial, but I just may not be able to do it. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. I may be back later on this week to talk about the other features in 2.55. If not, I hope you enjoy them, and I'll catch you next time.